Now, the IRS has also confirmed, folks, that many Americans will be receiving a new $1,400 extra stimulus check this year. In this video, I'll be going over the brand new requirements to claim a fourth stimulus check very soon. So, the IRS just said in an official statement that the IRS announced that the agency has issued all third stimulus checks to people. But new parents and other eligible Americans who added dependents in 2021 may also qualify for additional money. This means more stimulus money will be going out. The payments of up to $1,400 a person were authorized by the American Rescue Plan Act, and that's a crisis relief bill that Democrats passed in March. Some $1,400 checks may still be in the mail, but the IRS is no longer issuing funds from the first, second, or even third rounds. According to the IRS, the agency issued more than 175 million third-round payments, all to households worth over $400 billion through December 31st. The EIP payments also were issued by the IRS, and that was for $1,200 and $600. Now, families who added a dependent, like a parent, nephew, niece, or grandchild, on their 2021 tax return, and who was not listed as a dependent on their 2020 return, may also qualify for this. The IRS said that other people may be eligible to receive a full third-round payment, and they might not qualify for more. But families can recover additional stimulus money on their tax return by claiming the 2021 Recovery Rebate Credit. This is due to the fact that stimulus checks are technically an advance payment of the Recovery Rebate Credit. The tax season started Monday and runs through April 18th for most people. To claim the 2021 Recovery Rebate Credit, individuals must know how much money they received in total for the third payments. It is important to remember, friends, that this information is available through your online IRS account or via letter 6475, which the agency is mailing to those who received third-round payments. But despite all the financial assistance that has been sent out so far, millions of people still remain in financial distress, and the recent surge of the crisis is just creating new economic headwinds. According to new data from a census survey that polled people during the first 2 weeks of December, more than 1/4 of Americans struggled to pay their household expenses in the previous week. So it's really sad to see that so many people are still struggling due to this crisis. That is why I believe that Congress should pass another stimulus package soon. The unemployment rate stands at still stands at 4.2%. So while businesses are hiring, there are still about 2.3 million people fewer on payrolls today than ever. Some advocates are already urging lawmakers to advance new stimulus payments, and as of December, more than 95,000 people have signed for this petition. It only makes sense, folks, that President Biden approved this bill and sends out more stimulus checks. It has to be done. If you guys agree with me, just tell me in the comments down below.
Gentlewoman's recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I thank the gentlewoman for her recognition, and I want to recognize her as a great leader on the matter before us today. This legislation, the America Competes Act, is something that has come to the fore largely because of the investments that she has made over the years in science and technology, keeping America competitive, now as the chair of the Science, Space, and Technology Committee. Thank you, Madam Chair, Eddie Bernice Johnson, for the intellect that you have brought to this, the reputation that you have enjoyed in the scientific and academic community in support of your legislative initiatives, and this bill being a highlight of it all. Madam Speaker, America has long been a beacon of excellence in science and engineering in the world.
Yesterday, the national debt passed $30 trillion for the first time. Does the administration see that as a problem, or do you share the view of some economists that debt doesn't matter?
Well, the president believes we need to have a sustainable and responsible fiscal policy, which is why he put forward ways to pay for his major proposals. He's committed to a sustainable and responsible policy in ensuring that our long-term investments are fully paid for, like Build Back Better. I'd also note that this stands in significant contrast from the previous administration and Republicans in Congress, which passed a $1.5 trillion tax cut for wealthy taxpayers in 2017 and didn't pay for it. As we look to the debt, which obviously the president wants to be lower, it's important to note that more than 95% of the national debt was incurred before he took office. The national debt increased by $7.8 trillion during former President Trump's presidency, which accounts for about 30% of its total. So we are working to we are working to be fiscally responsible, and that certainly is a priority to the president.
So many friends here. It's so nice to see all of you. And you're getting me so emotional before I have to speak about cancer. So, anyway, welcome to the White House. And, you know, certain words have the power to make time stop. Malignant, aggressive, terminal, cancer. Like a spell, they still the air around us. Frozen in place, we feel the world we knew slipping away. In the span of a breath, 1,000 questions fill our minds. What can I do? How do I tell people? Why did this happen? And when the hands of the clock begin to move once again, we are not the person we once were, but someone changed. A mother imagining all of the things she might not be there to teach her daughters. A husband wondering how he will juggle chemotherapy appointments with work and childcare. A son trying to be strong for the parents who could outlive him. It's not just patients. Cancer changes everyone it touches, and in some ways, it touches us all. For Joe and me, it has stolen our joy. It left us broken in our grief. But through that pain, we found purpose, strengthening our fortitude for this fight to end cancer as we know it. Almost 30 years ago, 4 of my friends were diagnosed with breast cancer in 1 year. And one of my dear friends, Winnie, lost her battle. Winnie inspired me to take up the cause of prevention and education. And since then, I've seen the darkness of this disease: financial devastation, confusion over care, and far too many families mourning loved ones. Yet, I've also seen hope. In just this last year, I met a woman whose life was saved by determined nurses who just wouldn't let her skip her screening. I met a doctor who was inspired to become a cancer researcher because she survived her own diagnosis as a child. I've seen people come together from rival companies or